Hey, happy Sunday. I'm here in my parents' backyard and I'm talking ankles, specifically strong, resilient, and capable ankles. So if you're a person that feels like they have weak, wobbly ankles, maybe you get shin splints all the time, maybe you're just not confident walking in sand or going on a hike or even jumping or playing volleyball, basketball, whatever it may be, this video is going to help you out. And the way that I have it structured is going to be a 3-part framework. Part 1 is mobility, part 2 is strength, part 3 is stability. You do those in order. And I've also provided a little workout routine, or how you can structure it into your workout routine at the end of the video. Okay, part 1 is mobility. So we're going to focus on increasing range of motion within the ankle joint and also increasing flexibility within the surrounding musculature and tissues that affect and influence the ankle. When you have more range of motion in those structures, you're going to have more of an ability to express movement through the ankle, which increases performance and mitigates injury. Okay, so we're going to start out with an ankle dorsiflexion stretch. You're going to go ahead and put your toe up on an elevated surface and just hang out in the stretch. You should feel this in the back of the calves. Again, usually stretching we're going to do for about a minute. Another version of this is the ankle dorsiflexion banded mobilization stretch. So we're going to take a rubber band, secure it to some place, put it right underneath your malleoli, which is those 2 bumps that come out on the side of the ankle. You should put it right under there and then push your knee forward into that dorsiflexion stretch. The band is going to help create a little bit of more space within your ankle joint. Holding for a minute. You can also do reps of this, going back and forth for about 10 to 12. Next up, we have ankle plantar flexion. So this plantar flexion is actually the opposite of dorsiflexion, and this is kind of the beginner stretch. So typically for folks who have shin splints or have tightness in the front of the shins, this is a great one. You can do it anywhere, just leaning up against the wall. And then an advanced version of this stretch is the kneeling stretch. So this also hits the quads, but I like it for the plantar flexion or the front ankles as well. So you're just going to sit down in a kneeling position, hang out in that position for around a minute. Okay, part 2 is strength. Once we're done mobilizing, it's time to strengthen the ankle. We're going to start with isolation exercises to build up the small, stabilizing, supporting musculature around the ankle, and then add in some compound movements to further ingrain strength and integrity within that joint. So first off, we're going to do inversion and eversion of the ankle. Ankle inversion is going to be strengthening the muscles on the inside of kind of the foot and the shin there, using a rubber band. Then we have our ankle eversion. So this is the opposite direction, so the outer side of the shins and the lower limb. Same thing, 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Next we have our ankle dorsiflexion stretch. So this is mostly the calves, the superficial calf, and then the kind of deeper calf muscle. So elevated surface, press up towards the ceiling and then slowly bring yourself down. Plantar flexion. So this is again front of the shin, like we talked about. There's a bunch of different ways to do these exercises, but these are kind of my go-to. If you need different variations or you don't have a band, if you just look up eversion exercises or plantar flexion exercises, there's a bunch of them on Google and YouTube. Okay, let's get to the good stuff, the compound movements. So split squats, one of my favorite ways, obviously to strengthen the lower limbs, but also to work on the ankle. As you can see, that back leg is working on being stable and strong throughout the movement. And then we have Bulgarian split squat. So this is hitting that plantar flexion, kneeling stretch, front of the shin, working on keeping that strong and stable even under load. So start with body weight, and again, you can add dumbbells to your side. Okay, part 3 is stabilization. So stability, I like to program at the end of workouts because in my experience, ankle sprains typically will occur when you are fatigued. So after a long hike or at the end of a basketball, volleyball, or sports match. So we're going to replicate those same conditions by programming our stability exercises at the end of the workout. Okay, single leg balance. So the title says it all. You're just going to come up on one leg and hold for about a minute. Next, we have the intermediate version of this. It's the single leg RDL. So this is actually a pretty good hamstring exercise as well. But I like to use this in the context of stability. So it's kind of 2 birds in 1 stone. Focus on one spot on the ground. Try to make sure your torso and your legs move at the same time. And then our advanced exercise is going to be the single leg balanced med ball scoop toss. Lots of things going on here. Try this when you're feeling a lot more support and confidence within your ankle stability. All right, if you made it to the end of the video, you're looking for the routine. So typically the way that I would structure this is you're going to do the mobility stuff at the front end of the workout. So include all the, the ankle stretches, the mobility work, in addition to your regular dynamic movements like your world's greatest stretch, all that stuff. And then the strengthening stuff, again, started at the front of your workouts, 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps, and then make sure you're incorporating those split squats, the Bulgarian split squats as well. And then lastly, the stability work. Like I said, we want to be a little bit fatigued just to mimic the conditions of when sprains typically occur. So you're going to do that at the end. Again, 8 to 12 reps, 3 sets, 1 minute hold for the single leg balance. And you can kind of just, depending on the severity of your ankle instability, sprinkle them in throughout the week. If your ankle needs a lot of work, start small, 2 to 3 times a week. If you're feeling pretty confident, you could do these almost like every day. But again, take your time with it. Don't push through pain, which leads me to my next point. This is general ankle stability exercise advice from a personal trainer. Granted, I have a bachelor's degree in kinesiology and I've had several years of experience in a physical therapy clinic, but this doesn't replace actual medical advice by your physician or physical therapist. So if you have actual issues, like pretty severe issues or anything like that with your ankle, talk to a professional first before doing something you see online. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you get a lot out of this. Send me some feedback, put it down in the comments, subscribe, like, follow, show your friends, all that good stuff.